Hi, beautiful Scorpio. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your March 2018 Soul Tarot reading. I'm starting this month, I'm switching it up a little bit. The cards you're seeing are the spread from February. It was a really beautiful reading. Spirit was talking more about coming through the beginning of the year, the notation of the two full moons that happened in January, and the portal that opened because of the eclipse. So there was a lot of talk about that message, and we're going to jump in and reflect back and forth. So what I'm doing to keep the readings sort of a reasonable length, if you will, and answer the push that I'm getting from my spirit guides to start with the cards and show the flow of energy. I decided it would be a great idea to load up the two pictures. One, the picture from the previous month, so we can reference that, and one, the spread from the current month. And I will still go through the cards with you one by one, but we'll be able to reference back and forth in real time, which I think is going to be really wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. Hi. So, having started with that, I just want to welcome everyone. If you're new to the channel, I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck by Caitlin Matthews, and I'm thrilled to be here. To all the returning viewers and subscribers, welcome back. It's a beautiful journey that's been unfolding since I started my YouTube channel a little over a year ago. And if you don't know, if you're new, these messages build upon each other. There is a journey that is unfolding because of our destiny. According to my spirit guides, it's part of the reason I'm here. So if you haven't seen the prior month or 2 or 3 or 4, Spirit says, go back and check it out, even if you just watch the last 10 minutes. It's important for you to understand the foundation of the story as we go forward. The website is up. I'm really excited. It is moonrisecottagesoultarot.com. Just like my YouTube channel, everything's there. You guys are going to love it. I certainly do. So all the information that was below the video is gone. The website link is there. So just go to the website. You can see all the different kinds of readings that I offer, all the price points, information about the distance healing offering, and information about my medium services. There's a sign up button there for the live stream videos, events, and lots of information. I'm going to continue to build it out in terms of some of the writing that I want to do, but the functionality is there. You can click on your choice. It'll take you to the calendar. You can see the time slots that are available. You can book your own reading based on what's convenient for you. It'll take you to the PayPal link. You can make your reservation. You're going to immediately get a confirmation email so you know that it's on the books, okay? And then the day before your reading, you're going to get a reminder. I'm so happy about that for all of us because it was really taking just an enormous amount of back and forth, and I'm busy doing readings, I'm busy doing videos, etc. People sometimes were a little concerned because they didn't hear back from me for a day or so. So that's over. I'm really happy about that. So let's jump right into the reading. As we go through the cards, remember always to take your inferences, Spirit says, from your internal leading. Look at the columns, look at the rows, look at the diagonal progression of the energy and the flow of your spirit being from the bottom corner up to the corresponding corner in the top. All right. So February, beautiful month, a lot of healing, and right in the center of the reading, we see the foundation of knowledge. A beautiful card lighting your way, helping you understand the theme for the journey that you were experiencing in February and the way that the energy continued to unfold based upon the prior month and the information that came out. Right in the center, we see you and your energy set point. That is another foundation card. So sitting together, it's a very strong message, the foundation of art. The art of being able to go into the deep places, Spirit says, and open up your sacred vision in order to have a quest. The first card on the human realm, on the bottom row of cards if you're new. A quest of art, about a discovery, about returning to the source, and the purpose for that to take the next step in your journey, the next commitment, the next level of depth, in order to allow that which is no longer needed to fall away and begin to build the chalice of that which is coming. It's really beautiful. And of course, the bridge card, the first card on the left in the middle row, that's all about healing. The type of healing that comes on the heels of this kind of an experience. Going deep into the place where the source energy resides always brings a healing. And above that, on the spirit realm, we see the journey that is reflecting your human experiences. And the first card is an augury. It reflects the card on the bottom row, on the far left, a quest. And through this healing, through the shift and change, a prophecy comes because there has been a renewal. That is an augury card. It is the beginning of new skills and the ability to send them forward. It's a really beautiful depiction of the movement of energy and being able to stand in a moment where you assimilate, you rest, you have some judgment about the places in which you've been and how you came to this moment of victory against all odds. I did reference back, I was speaking a little bit about the center column of cards being one of the core of the readings, and the translation, Spirit said, and the transition of the beautiful movement of the male energy in this reading, and the notation of the sacred feminine. Standing with the ancients, becoming the portal, the left column of cards describes the ability to be in line with the sacred feminine and begin to have the growth that comes from that place and the letting go of the past. It's so beautiful. And the outcome, of course, the sacred hermit, the beautiful place in which you become a touch point for yourself, that is the counselor of truth, who is able to stand in the wilderness of their own being, so to speak, Spirit says, and understand the truth of the totality of their existence and their being. Having that message come as the outcome card was very encouraging to me because it was foreshadowing, if you will, of what was coming in the month of March. So here we are in the month of March, having come through this amazing transition and standing in yourself, in the totality of your being, ready for the next step because you are self-aware and you understand the truth of all that you know. It's beautiful. So here are the cards for March. One of the things I want to note, I'm going to toggle back. Do you see the Liberator of Devotion that is in the top of the February reading, the last card on the spirit realm, now stands as the message and the theme for this month's reading. That is a very beautiful, profound movement. The progress that you are making, Spirit wants you to know, the flow of energy is at work in your life. And as you go through the month of March, this is what lights your way. The notion of the feminine portal, of a shamanistic journey with your soul being transported. It's a beautiful card. In the traditional tarot, this would be the Death card, the signatory of shift and change that we saw last month in every line of cards. And here in Soul Tarot, this is the liberator of your devotion. So the continuation of that journey in a really powerful and yet quiet way from what was happening in the month of February. And interestingly enough, we have the same card that was on the bottom row, the human walk. The outcome of the human walk, the judgment of art, is at the center of the reading. So those 2 points of energy have shifted into the core of this reading. I find that beautifully profound. I'm going to toggle back to February so you can see where these 2 cards are. And so if you don't know, I'm referencing the center row, the 2 cards that are in the middle. Look where they were in February. Look at that. Things are really moving, Scorpio. And you know, no surprise, and I know I say this to you a lot, but you're so deep. You go to the depths, and your movement is quiet and powerful. And so here we are in March with the beautiful judgment of art, the art of being. And last month, in this position, we had the foundation of art. So this transition continues to deepen. And this month, connected to the portal, we see the beautiful judgment of art that has to do with the bringing of stability. And I love that, you know, in the traditional tarot, the death card sits right next to this part of the card, that which is dead and falling away. So I always try to be really clear about that message is coming through from Spirit. This card has a line right down the middle of it. Obviously, one part of this vessel is stable. It's filled with, Spirit's calling, the waters of life. We see the triple spiral on this side of the card, and new growth, stability. And you know, standing on this beautiful blue-purple midnight cloth, that's about the mystical realm and the passion that brings forward this desire for schism, so there can be shift and change and growth. It's a lovely notion, and the fact that those 2 cards moved in the way they did, one from the spirit realm and one from the human realm, into the very center of this reading, is very impressive to me. So congratulations to you folks, because you have been working clearly on your mission and achieving a lot. The first card on the human realm, following those ideas, is the beautiful King of Art. And again, last month, I just want to remind you, we had the foundation of art in the place where the judgment of art, the chalice, the waters of life, Spirit says. So again, more transition, more growth forward. The beautiful King of Art is a pathfinder. And this notion of this card and the first step on your human journey, it's about clearing away obstacles in order for you to go into the places where you need to go without any hindrance, Spirit says. Clearly, this gentleman is of the sacred realm. He has the ability to see. He has vision. And he stands in the placement on the human realm. This is a Spirit talking about you and your abilities this month. He holds the sacred spear of Lugh. The mythology of that is that it has travels long distance in order to clear away obstacles, while he is here to find the path forward. It's quite beautiful, and he's very activated at the heart chakra. There's a lot of sun energy in this card, a lot of light, a lot of passion. It's truly beautiful. Naturally, the very next card, no surprise to me whatsoever, should be no surprise to you, is the beautiful adventure of skill. Every single reading that has come out so far in the month of March, Spirit is sending us all on a grand adventure based on your astrological set point and the destiny that is meant for you. So here we see the Pathfinder lighting the way for this grand adventure. The adventure of skill. Somewhat advanced. It's a 7 card. You're ready to go. Look how excited that mouse is. Fat and happy, well fed, sitting in its abundance, and eager to go forward. I love the depiction of the little hands rubbing together. Very excited. The whiskers are twitching. ready to go. It's phenomenal. So, an artful adventure going forward into this new skill set that you clearly are developing along with everybody else. This message is the beginning of going forward. January and February were sort of the settling in of all the shift and change that came off the month of December and the solstice and then the full moons that followed and the eclipse. There was still a lot of settling in, and those events were assisting in that. And now the stage is set for going forward, and we are all being told the manner in which and the type of journey into that which we are meant to discover. So this is a little bit of a foreshadowing for the journey you are on for all of 2018. When you look at the bottom row and you see the way these cards unfold, there's no doubt in my mind that your journey is going to be really, Spirit saying the word fruitful. Here's the next card. That's a major arcana card. That is the spinner of growth. It's phenomenal. Standing solid like a tree in your spot, Spirit says, taking in all the energy, all the sunlight, the rain, nutrients from the earth, in order to transform that into new growth and to breathe new life into the planet, and clearly into your own life, because this is on your human walk. The seeds of your journey come from your internal set point and blow forward as you join the tapestry of beings that we talked about last month and all of 2017. This is a notation of your energy set point, literally bringing forward the growth that is meant to come from you as a spirit being walking in a human world. It's profoundly beautiful to me. Sitting above the King of Art, in the position of the Bridge card, this is technically not a prophecy, but Spirit's telling me this is a prophetic moment. This is the beautiful Goddess of Sovereignty. The card is the revelation. So with the King of Art below her, clearing away the blockages and sending you on an adventure toward growth, this beautiful woman comes in order to foretell your destiny. She is a prophetess. She was the woman who was able to work together with Lugh in the Great Hall in order to foresee and name the lineage that he was meant to have. So think about that. Based on what happened last month and what is being said so far this month and the way the cards are lining up, very astounding that this is the link between your human walk and the spirit journey that is being reflected in the heavens, so to speak, in the mystical realm, the universe. You know, as I always say, I don't care what words you put on it. We're referencing the sacred part of your journey, that which your soul is engaged in as you walk across this earth into this destiny that you came here to unfold. There she is. And look, another vessel filled with water, life energy, and her passion and her energy and her ability pour from her heart chakra into a bowl in order for all to see and share in. She's very highly activated. So, in line with the King of Art and the card that sits above her, we hear a very loud message from Spirit about the way in which your destiny is unfolding and the link between the sacred realm and the realm of heaven, which I think I said this, I hope I said this last month. You know, I come from a Judeo-Christian background, so some of my reference words, etc., arise from the society in which I live. Please take that in, without offense. I'm not limiting my thoughts and words in that direction. It's what arises inside my mind when the messages come in. So The notion of the reflection of heaven or the mystical realm, the universe, the cosmos, the sacred, here in our lives, our everyday lives. The left vertical column is telling the story of how that unfolds. And we see the beautiful feminine energy, the woman of destiny. Last month, there was a lot of messaging coming through about the feminine portal and accessing that in order to have the journey that the male energy must take. And once again, we see a notation of this. Above the beautiful goddess of serenity, the revelation of art, sits the first card in the major arcana of this deck. It is beautiful, sacred male energy, highly developed, deeply in line with the spiritual realm. That is the decider of will, literally moving the energy forward, very highly activated at the will center, abundance at the heart chakra, the decider of will. It's quite lovely. And interestingly enough, like last month, we see the decider of will transmitting, if you will, aligning with exactly the thing that Spirit was talking about. The male energy aligning with the feminine energy, the sacred portal. So the beautiful decider of will is looking directly into the high priestess, delivering the energy to her because she is the guardian of the gateway of the sacred realm. And so this energy unfolds in this way for this grand adventure, clearing away the obstacles, looking into the prophecy, the destiny of your lineage. And Scorpio, meaning the lineage of Scorpio, that which is meant to unfold as you meet your karmic destiny, having decided to come and have this adventure. It's a really beautifully, very finely crafted message just for you, given your set point as a Scorpio. Very deep, continuing to be very mystical. So the beautiful high priestess, the guardian of the gateway, is the second major arcana card in the deck. The guardian. Very highly activated at the heart chakra, like the king of art, standing in the realm of the sacred mother. And we talked about that last month. This is a very deep moment this month. It is definitely setting the tone for 2018 coming forward. You stand at the gateway, and it is the sacred goddess who collects that energy, allows it to move forward and transition. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful notion. And, again, you've heard me. I've talked all about the yin and yang and all that stuff. I'm not going to repeat it here. You know what my words are about that, but there it is, depicted without any question. And this notion of the constant move of energy between the male and the female, used as points of reference because we are in human form. It is much deeper than that. It is much more mysterious than that. But it gives our human brain a way to understand. That's why those words are put there, and those signatories were given to us. We are born within a certain form of energy. It gives each of us a special blend of spiritual significance. Given all that's been said about that over the last 12 months, to see this come forward in the final days of the first quarter of 2018 is very gratifying for me to see as a reader. The very next card is the Perfecter of Energy. So we have the first card from the Major Arcana, the second card from the Major Arcana of this deck, and as the last card on the Spirit Realm, the last card in the Major Arcana of this deck. And honestly, it's a little bit overwhelming emotionally for me. This is about having an awakening and coming into the moment of destiny. This tells you very clearly, the message is coming through verbally, so to speak, from Spirit. This is a process that will take up the entire year of 2018. That breastplate is about the 4 seasons. There is change at the root chakra. The sacred triple spiral is there. And there is another vessel filled with water. You have the tools you need. In the center of this breastplate, we see in each season a notation of the sacred swastika. Please go and look online about that ancient symbol and what it means. It is about the turning and the evolution of the sacred feminine energy. On my channel, there are some videos that I posted in a playlist about the passage tombs. And I think I'm going to add another, you know what, I'll put it on this month. I put something on this month for Gemini. I'm going to add another about the constellation Cygnus. So if you have some curiosity, go check that out, because like your reading, amazing. So I put a couple extra things on the playlist this month for March. I will add a video, a couple videos maybe, about the sacred feminine and Queen Maeve and her chair that exists at the sacred passage tombs at Loughcrew. There is a swastika that was carved into her throne 5,000 or so years ago, and that symbol pops up almost in every culture. Every sacred tradition that I'm aware of has this symbol somewhere embedded within it. This is something that comes out of our soul knowledge. Spirit's talking about the eons and the destiny of human civilization. There is something that has been lost, and yet it has not disappeared from our culture. It's very interesting to me that this comes out the way it does, given everything that's come forward in the last 4 or 5 months. That's a beautiful notation, and I'm very grateful to see it there, aligned on the spirit realm, 3 major Arcana cards. So Spirit's talking about the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the sacred passageway that one must go through to have these experiences. And coming out in the Spirit theme, the notation of the passage of the portal, in order to bring forward that which is new and allow the unused, the dead, the places where no growth can occur to fall away in relationship to the portal is really profound. And then in the last card, on the human walk, we see the spinner of new growth. Because of this adventure and because of the fact that the obstacles are being cleared away, your journey is unfolding in front of you, Scorpio, as you walk every day. Don't ever doubt. Look at the bottom left-hand corner. The Pathfinder, rising through the center card, which indicates your energy, up to the top, which is the Perfecter of energy. And the bottom right-hand corner, the spinner of growth, that energy rising through you into the destination of the decider of will, the ability to go forward. And immediately that will is transferred to the sacred feminine in order to perfect your journey. It's a beautiful story this month. And the outcome is the dialogue of skill. Again, another notation from Spirit about this dialogue that we're going to be engaged in all of 2018. This is a story about Merlin, who lost his way after having so many journeys and so many battles. He's been completely transformed, and he lost his way. He was kind of wandering. And his best friend, one of his dear friends, who was a very, very celebrated wisdom holder, went and found him and gave him some love and care and said, "It's time to come home. It's time. Let's talk about everything that has transpired in your life. All the things you know, the ways in which you've been dormant, the ways in which you've been flying into the heavens, the way in which you have shed your skin, responded to the fires of passion, and swum in the deep waters. It's time. Spirit is saying, know that you are walking together with the spirit realm. They have their arm around you, and they are here in 2018 for this sacred dialogue about all the destiny that is unfolding as we go forward, coming into the time of sacred shift and change because of the movement of Pluto. And I don't know why Spirit's talking to us about that. Spirit's talking about the fact that not too long ago, Saturn moved into into Capricorn, where Pluto is stationed in the first house. That's what all this is about. There's an amazing amount of upheaval and power shift and pushback against that going on all over the world. In every corner, Spirit says. That's what we're going to talk about. Because how do we respond to that on our spirit journey? As we walk here, witnessing all these things, and yet feeling and knowing what's happening on the inside. The place which true shift and change arises from and out into the world around us. I'm going to leave you with the cards. Take your time with these. Pause the video and just look into them. Thank you so much for your time and your love and support and your continued encouragement of me. Feel free to add whatever comes to you, whatever inspires you, dreams you may have, thoughts, poetry, whatever. Put it on the thread below the video. Sharing those things really helps everybody. And, whether this is your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising sign, fold that into the experience that you're having and understand at least this part of the prism. Scorpio, I'm looking forward to seeing you in April. Have a wonderful month. And don't ever forget that you are your purpose.